You might decide to retire after winning a Super Bowl. Will you be back with the Bucs next year?
Hell no, I ain't going anywhere. I'm coming back, try to get 2. And then we'll see after that. But no, this football team, I love these guys. And we have a great staff, great team. Hopefully Jason and I can get together and keep most of them and try to repeat.
All right, Mike Vick, who do you trust more to be back in this position next year, the Chiefs or the Bucs?
I'm going to go ahead and state my claim right now, and I'm going to gloat about the GOAT, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And as long as they got Tom Brady behind the center, as long as Tom Brady come back, and I said it early in the season that this team was going to be a problem. Now, there's a lot of ups and downs throughout the course of the season, and for all the right reasons, we said things that were positive and negative, but they cleaned it up and they got it back. I expect Antonio Brown to be back. I expect this entire team to be back. They might lose Chris Godwin. He might be the only person to walk. I think they retained Todd Bowles. Wiles, he's not going anywhere. I heard your take earlier when the show first came on. He's going to be back. They're going to try to two-peat, which is what Kansas City tried to do. But as long as the GOAT is in the league, man, I'm not getting off the bandwagon of Tom Brady. And Nick, you know that's my guy. And I had to pick against him because I went against my old ball coach. I'm faithful. But at the same time, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will be back representing the NFC next season.
Yeah. Mike Vick's incredibly loyal. It's why he picked Andy Reid. He's loyal to everyone except for to me. We've been friends for years. I begged him to come be a part of this show, and now he just crushes me at every turn, every chance he gets. The Bruce Arians sound was the first time I've genuinely smiled in about 18 hours, because I am happy for Bruce. I think Brandon did a good job earlier demonstrating the importance of the way Bruce Arians has tried to almost single-handedly fix the NFL's massive problem with diversity hiring by filling out a staff of the most qualified, diverse candidates he can possibly find, pardon me, and helped him win a Super Bowl. So I am very happy for Bruce. But let's not be prisoners of the moment here. The question is, who do you trust to get back to the Super Bowl next year? What we know about the Chiefs and the AFC is this. There's no one in the conference that over the last 3 years has shown any ability to beat them. The only guy who's beaten them over the last 3 years is Tom Brady. He plays in the other conference. Conversely, the Bucs, while I do expect them to be back, and I think they have an easier path to winning the division because Breeze probably won't be back, the Bucs would have to go through Rodgers again. Russell Wilson, even though they didn't play them in the playoffs this year, again. The Kyler and the Cardinals, if they get it together. The rest of the NFC West. To me, there's a reason, Brandon, the odds are where they are. The Chiefs are, of these two teams, clearly the more likely team to be back in this football game. Now, if they both get back to this football game, could the Chiefs change 31-9 to a win? That's a different question entirely. But get back to the game, the answer is the Chiefs.
Nick, run it back, rematch. If they lost Todd Bowles, then I would agree with you that they had the hardest path back. But they have Todd Bowles, which means they have the better defense when it comes to when you're comparing them to the Green Bay Packers, when you're comparing them to the Seattle Seahawks, or any team for that matter. This is a complete team. On the other end, you know, the Chiefs, man, they have no glaring holes. I mean, they really don't. Like, that was, you know, that game last night, I don't think we'll see that again. That was just a legendary performance by Todd Bowles in that defense. So I trust both teams to be back there. And you got to think about the Tampa Bay Bucs, right? The only question mark really is, can you get Shaq Barrett back? Yes, you can. You have the 7th most cap space in the National Football League. You got Tom Brady's age. Well, we've been saying that for the last 10 years. When is he going to be done? One more. So he continues to defy the odds. And then the other thing out there, really, you got to look at, you know, can these guys can develop and even be better? They were drawing up this offense in the back of a high school in the dirt. Wilds. That's how they put this offense together. Right. So now they get another year and they get an off season to develop and build more chemistry. Oh, the Bucs are going to be better.
Here's the other thing. The Tom Brady GM hat is fitted on right now. We know he recruited Gronk. We know he recruited AB. So you got to look out there like, all right, who else wants a ring? You know, Edelman's owed some money from the Patriots, and Bill Belichick likes to cut bait before, you know, people start to turn. So I could see Edelman filling Godwin's slot. Guess who else?
That's not a plus.
That defense anchored by old veterans. You're like, do those guys still have it? Yup. And Ndamukong Suh, JPP. All right, Richard Sherman's still out there. Thomas Davis. Then you got this one. All right, if Deshaun Watson's leaving, you know what? I want to leave too. I'm J.J. Watt, and I'd like to go to the Bucs to play.
Oh.
So, Mike, I think that Tom Brady's magnetic force of guys wanting to play is just going to attract more and more guys now that they see this work.
Well, it's the LeBron James effect that Tom Brady has, man. That's one thing that the GOAT can do. You can recruit, you can bring players in to play with you, and you know what? They'll be more than glad to come join you, which makes this franchise even more stronger and powerful moving forward. I don't expect anything less than what you just said, Wiles. I expect a couple guys to come join the team as some guys, you know, go off to bigger and better things. But the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are in a good place, in a good space, as long as Tom Brady is their quarterback moving forward. They're going to continue to attract free agents to some of the best players in the game, and they're going to be hard to beat moving forward.
Okay, this topic has now gotten the wind back in my sails. I've been a little down all morning.
Here we go, he's back.
And then I heard Kevin
Let's go, Nick.
Wildes seemingly still drunk off his limeritas from last night, try to make the case that removing Godwin and putting in Julian Edelman makes the team better.
Hall of Famer.
That would make the team worse, my friend. That's first of all. Second of all, this idea that the Tampa Bay Bucs are all of a sudden going to become the destination for every player in the league, I do not buy that. You can be like, well, why weren't they? They were this year. Well, let's think about that. What were their three major additions after they got Brady? There was Leonard Fournette that the entire league could have claimed. Nobody did. So anybody could have had him. He didn't choose the Bucs. Anybody could have chosen him.
How'd he do
They
last
decided
night?
not to.
He played okay last night?
It was by the... No. He was an excellent addition. No.
Okay.
He was an excellent addition. The rest of the league was wrong about him, but it's not like Leonard Fournette was like, Jacksonville, cut me because I'm going to Tampa. He could have ended up in Detroit. Detroit just didn't want him. There's Gronk, who, of course, Gronk picked the Patriots. He and Brady have matching bosom buddy tattoos. And there's AB, who he lives with him.
Well.
So those are not duplicable things. The idea that J.J. Watt's going to force his way there instead of like to Pittsburgh to play with his brothers is crazy. Yeah, you better cut me off. I'm fired up now.
75
This is, I'm so angry.
Yeah, you are.
So
Yeah, you
stupid.
are. Talking some trash,
So
Nick. You know
dumb.
who else talked some trash last night?
God,
These two,
dog it.
Brady and Honey Badger.